And Michael, he was very adamant about his kids living a normal life, right?
Absolutely. We shielded his kids from a lot of the, I want to say, madness, craziness that was going on. So they were unaware of times in which we would be staying at hotels and we would receive death threats or threatening letters dropped off at the front desk. And I would make the call that we're going to leave. And we would leave in the middle of the night without anyone knowing. And the kids just they didn't know that why we were leaving. They just thought that we were just making another move. But him, his concern for his kids was, keep all the craziness away from them and trying to have a normalcy life with them. Certainly, we've taken the kids out without him several times. Circus, ice cream shops, amusement parks, playgrounds. We did a lot of that without him because he felt that way the kids can just enjoy themselves, And but there were times in which we went places with the kids, and it was complete madness. The word got out somehow. The word got out somehow. We don't know whether it was his publicist, but the word got out sometimes. There were times in which people would, we would go to the malls, and as his security team and the vehicles that we used, there were times we would leave without him and go run some errands, and people would follow us. And there were times in which they'd follow us right back to the house. So it was interesting.
When Michael did spend time with his kids, would that be when he was the happiest?
When he was with his kids, we seen them, we listened to them playing, conversing, talking about everything, anything. They played a lot of hide and seek in their house, but they also had a lot of educational talks because we did travel with a teacher that the kids had school every day. We in the house in Vegas, we formatted a room into a classroom, made it look like an actual classroom. So the kids went through what they had to go through, legally, to go from grade to grade with the teacher. But he certainly stayed on top of them about their educational responsibilities.
Yeah, I heard that he really enjoyed bookstore runs late at night.
We made arrangement with several bookstores in town that after closing, we would come in. He and the kids would come in. If they closed at 10 o'clock, we would come in at 11. And he and the kids would be there reading books, going through books. We'd probably be there about 3, 4 hours. Certainly purchased a lot of books, but that was their time to just take a moment to read what was there, find out what they liked, and we would leave with a lot of books. Yeah, oh yeah, he was an avid reader. Didn't do too much TV, um, but they did read a lot.
When you was around Michael, how severe was his skin condition?
He did have vitiligo. I've seen him, without his shirt on, and I could see the blotches on his skin. So that was definitely vitiligo. Um, and I know he did use certain cream to kind of even out his skin tone, but he did form vitiligo, in a lot of parts of his body.